The only thing I'm worried about is the sound, but we will see. Just because it
Can't
echoes.
you adjust it?
It just echoes.
Okay, so you're hearing off my mic and I'm hearing off yours kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good. Yeah. So anybody listening or watching, I had a pop filter in front of this, and you might have seen it from the last videos, but it basically blocked off all the sound.
It ain't there.
It's not there anymore. So hopefully this is a test run though. Junebug's usually around here pretty often, so
Once a week. Yep.
once a week. I'm here once a week. No. First of all, I just want to start off with, if you guys want to see our faces, please go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. Check us out. Not Junebug. He's not here every week. It's somebody else.
Should be.
And also, shout out to Aiden Hay. He customized this hat for me, and I figured I would show it off. So,
Pretty good looking hat if I
thank you. Thank
if
you.
I were to say.
Thank you. So, we were talking about, what were we talking about earlier?
Lots of things actually.
We were talking about a lot of things. What's one thing we can break down?
We can break down right now.
Crokinole.
Crokinole. We are very competitive when it comes to Crokinole.
Yes. Is it Crokinole?
No, it's Crokinole.
It's Crokinole. No, never play again ever
Yeah.
in my life.
Crokinole, I'm done.
Yeah. One game, we're done.
Yeah.
We're
One
done.
flick, that's it. No, I feel like that's a really old game though.
It's very old.
Like, I remember when I was younger playing it with my aunt, like waiting for my parents to get home because we never had a babysitter. I just went over to my aunt's because she was retired at that time. And I never played the game, but I always just flicked the...
He said
progress.
retired, by the way. Just
Yeah.
just correct.
She's retired. She's retired. She is very mentally stable.
Okay. Perfect. No, we might get in trouble for that.
Retired.
Let me spell it out for you.
Yeah.
R-E-T. Wait, that's the
No.
same as... No.
Oh. A up.
The only thing I remember is I'd be playing with my grampy, and then my finger would be like black and blue.
Really? You play that much?
Oh.
I never play that long.
I'm pulling it back. You know
Really?
how we were straining, right?
Yeah. And your grampy was probably always so good, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That always made me mad.
Arthritis and
Yeah.
everything. Just
Yeah.
the one
Just-
little flick. He
yeah.
knew the perfect flick.
Like-
He couldn't bend it back any farther, and he couldn't bend it forward. He couldn't flick it.
Dude did crunches with that single finger.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He only used like every fork and spoon he ever used was just with that one.
He actually didn't even use a fork and spoon. He just used that finger to scoop the food in his
You're
mouth.
right. You're
Yeah.
right. I don't know. You know my grandfather better than I do.
No, for sure. I feel like a lot of those old things will come with you, though. You know what I mean? You'll remember those.
Yeah, like
times.
arthritis.
Yeah, yeah, those too.
Yeah.
Those too. But I mean, like just the games in general. For
Yeah,
sure.
true. Yeah.
Something you always remember. Be like me and Grandma used to.
I did forget to put water in our cups.
It's a good thing, not poached.
Maybe we'll take
Poached? Is it poached?
A poach is when you're like
It's taking something, isn't it?
yeah, you're like stabbing something. Like I'm trying to poach it.
Pouched? What is it?
I'm parched.
Parched. That's it. That's it. I am not parched.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Well, I'm a little parched, but we got half an hour, so.
we good. I'm really interested in, like, I was thinking about it in, like, my side of things, like the things I enjoy to do. Like, if you were ever to have somebody who ever drag raced or something, like, that would be a cool concept.
Okay.
Bring
Yeah.
someone like that in. Because I do like the engine side of stuff
Yeah.
and fixing cars and whatnot. So I think that would be super cool. But I think there's definitely, like, so many directions you could go with it. Like,
I
it's
know.
just crazy. And it's just, like, bounds and leaps of stuff. So it's so hard to focus in, but it's so hard not to because you want to explore all those things. You know
Well,
what I mean?
I don't like one particular niche. Like if I was really interested in real estate, for an example,
Yeah.
like I would do a niche. But let's just start talking about drag racing for a sec, because
Something I want to get into.
yeah, it'd be.
Oh,
is
yeah.
that actually something you'd be interested in?
Me and my dad always used to watch it on TV and whatnot, and like used to go when I was younger all the time to Miramichi up to the drag, and it was just like crazy.
You can bring it closer to or whatever feels comfortable. You can sit
Yeah,
back.
But
I
it was
just want to
always-
make sure. Like,
yeah,
kinda,
I get what you mean.
I get what you're saying. You
Anyways,
just like jump over the table.
anyways, yeah, when I was a kid going to drag, and like being able to see like enough torque in the engine to like lift the front tires, like
Mhm.
physically lift something me and dad had always wanted to
Yep.
build, an engine capable of doing that. But you get into that, you get scary, but
Yeah,
You know what I
that
mean?
is
It's kind
scary.
of a
You ever see the slow-mo videos of the tire?
Yeah,
And it's
like-
it's so sticky and there's so much force that it like bends
Yeah.
while it's taking off. Oh, it's
it's
insane.
nuts.
It's like rippling. It's like
Yeah.
it goes from like a young stud of a tire, like
Yeah.
20-year-old stud, like just absolute ready to race, and it just turns into a
It's a
90-year-old.
floppy old thing.
Um,
No, for sure.
No, when my cousin was in grade, I don't know if he was in middle school or high school, but they did like these workshops, and it was just like, I think it was middle school. You know how we got in those workshops and we
Yeah.
started to touch into like,
touch into that stuff.
yeah,
sure,
I don't
yeah.
know, just like the kids crafts. But they did. So he was from PEI, and they did like these drag race cars, but they had little CO2
Oh, canisters.
canisters, like those little silver
Yep,
tiny
yep.
ones, and they would make all different styles of, like, they'd carve all the wood and styles, different wheels,
Yeah.
different whatever shape they wanted, and they would
Right.
just set them off and race them and
That's
see how
sick.
far, like down the hallway. And he always had a ton, like literally, like I think like a full shelf or full dresser of just them lined up, and it was so cool.
That would be cool.
And I wish we had that. We never did that.
I remember
What did we
building
do?
the mousetrap car.
Yes, that's that's
That wasn't
you got
as
like
cool,
you got
though.
like discs as the tires.
Yeah.
I don't know what we used. but
Yeah, I think it was old CDs. What it was.
I think I used those. They weren't the same as Lego, but they were the hex pieces.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
That's what I used.
Never played with those. I was always good enough to have Lego.
No, I had, no. I had Lego too. Don't worry.
I'm just kidding.
I was beating up the kids with the hex pieces.
Oh, okay,
'cause
yeah.
I just need to innovate. I need that springiness
Yeah.
to my ride. I need to
Yeah.
make sure I got the torque down.
Yeah, for sure. No, but building anything, there's a lot of pride in it. Like,
I know,
like
especially for you. If
Yeah.
anybody that doesn't know Jacob's a very hands-on man, and he
Yeah.
loves to create things, and that would be our friendship as well. Like we
Yeah,
always
I
kind of
love
bounced
that
ideas,
stuff,
and
yeah,
that's the first thing we started. Is like we just started creating stuff pretty much.
yeah.
I mean,
Having fun. We
Yeah.
don't have much to come of it, but a lot of good times, a lot of learned lessons
Yeah.
and stuff.
It's-
I think it goes a long ways. Like, especially me, I'm a hands-on learner. But like,
Mhm.
for example, like me and Mitchell, when COVID first hit, we built kind of like a shelter in the woods kind of thing, and it was just kind of like run with the flow.
It wasn't
never
kind of
drawn
a
up
shelter.
plan.
It was a giant teepee. We did it with two axes. Like I had an
Yeah.
axe and he had an axe, like a hand held
No
axe.
powered vehicles, no
Nothing,
engine-driven
It was-
chainsaws.
Would you say like a
hacksaws.
15-foot teepee, pretty much?
I'd say to the top, it was probably at least 15 feet.
Yeah, it was tall, and it was like these massive logs, and we like struggled to get like 4 logs in like one day set up
Yeah.
against this
Yeah.
giant tree.
Yeah, took forever.
It's
cutting
pretty
down
cool.
Trees,
Some people that are pretty close to me would have shared that video too.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
it's definitely cool.
Maybe I'll pull
we never
up-
did get to finish.
I might pull up a photo. So
Yeah.
anybody watching the YouTube,
check it.
there's a photo right on
Check
Jacob's face right now. Maybe my face. I'll see what the editing wants to.
No, for sure.
No, but that was fun. That was our first like.
That
Let's try to build something. Let's
Yeah.
try to do something together.
I'd like to do something again, but I'd like to. You ever see the videos? I see them on Facebook all the time. It's like them actually taking logs and setting moss in between and actually building like a
Yeah,
small
that would be
cabin.
fun. Well, you know what I'm thinking is, well, we were talking about a cabin. We should build a cabin for hunting, like what
Yeah.
we said.
Yeah,
But then, with that, we should build like that off-grid style, like
Yeah.
hands-on. Because then
Yeah.
I want a cabin to like sleep in. That'd be
So do
fun.
I.
Like that'd be
so cool.
that'd be wicked. And then, go out and get the deer and like
Yeah.
go tackle it and stuff. And
Yeah. By the which, you gotta start getting invested
I
into
know,
that.
I know,
I'm
I
getting
know.
excited.
I am too.
I hope you do.
I really hope I do too. I want to have somebody on that knows their bows and like can explain. Like anybody
Yeah.
that's interested at all in hunting, then they could be like, oh, I need all this towards a bow or this about gun. I
Yeah.
want to have somebody that's like knows their guns
Yeah.
too. That would be super cool. I got to get somebody on.
I'm not really a expert in either of those. I mean,
Hey,
I
I'm
had
not,
a bow
hey,
for a few weeks.
listen,
and
I'm not an expert at anything. Okay.
I mean, I don't think I'm an expert at anything either. All you can do is try, right?
Yeah, true. You're
But
right.
I know a few guns, what bullet to put in them, so I don't blow the barrel off. and,
Yeah,
you know.
I know when to use the safety and not use the safety.
Yeah.
Pull the trigger and not pull the trigger.
It's a thrill, man. It really
Yeah.
is. It's definitely like heartbreaking in a way. Like I will agree. Like this year, I think I struggled the most with it. Like I put so much time and effort.
Do you
and it
mean
was like
do you mean the actual deer? Like
yeah,
killing the
like
deer?
killing
Like,
the deer.
Yeah.
Like it's rough in a way, but it's ethical. Like you got to realize that it keeps them down on the roads and stuff, so
Yeah.
less people are killed in car crashes.
Mhm.
And like they are starting to get really comfortable around New Brunswick, with people. It's getting scary.
True. Yeah, they are very cool. Like, yeah, I was just driving.
TV
I was just
in Hampton
I was just driving the other day, and there was literally like 7. I think it was all female does or just babies or whatever.
Could be.
And they were all just walking, and I was literally like, I slowed right down, and I just slowed right in front of them, and they were still just walking, just kind of like leisurely going across the road. I was like, wow, they are, and that was way out in like, way out in the mountains. I don't know. I'm not gonna give any like
exact coordinates.
Yeah, exact coordinates. Somebody's gonna be waiting for me someday.
Yeah.
Hey, I heard you'd be driving on this road.
No, for sure. But like like when you look at the deer and stuff, it's kind of like it's a surreal moment. Like,
and like you said,
I'm always the type of person where you hunt, you shoot to kill. You
Yeah.
never shoot to wound. That's not ethical. It's not.
Yeah, and you always said like, you're realizing it's providing you. It's
much.
providing you food for the next like half of your year. Like,
and I love sharing it with people.
Yeah,
I'll agree.
Yeah, you gave me a nice hefty like little gift.
I like giving it to people.
Yeah.
Like my brother-in-law, he's kind of busy right now, like getting their life situated. They just had a kid and stuff, but he didn't get much chance to hunt. He had his moose license as well, but it just didn't work out. We didn't get one. But it was so nice being able to, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give people that. Like,
And
I got sausages made.
and
stuff.
people like the right people that appreciate the
Yeah.
meat, because not
People-
everybody loves
No,
it.
not anybody likes
Like
it. I'm
my
never gonna force 'em.
grandfather was just like his mouth was watering when we had your sausages.
Yeah,
Like, he was
yeah.
he just loved it. He's like, oh, that was so good, so good.
Yeah.
But not everybody would appreciate that. Not everybody's
Not
enjoys
everybody eats
meat.
it,
Yeah.
I mean, that's totally personal, but
Yeah.
I think, like, that role should be played by humans. Like, whether
Yeah.
I don't think the world will ever go completely like vegan or whatever you want to call it,
No.
vegetarian, or
That'll never happen.
come to that point, because it'll just be
Oh man,
animals become.
there's literally billions of dollars just in like one day of Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
of turkeys,
yeah,
just turkeys,
just turkeys.
Yeah. Turkeys are so expensive around that time too.
Yeah. They're like, we'll just raise the price by
Turkey
$20.
hunts coming
each.
into New Brunswick too.
Is it?
Yeah, they had their.
We have a
first
lot
season.
of wild turkeys.
They're coming. See, they came down like slowly from Maine and stuff because
Mhm.
the habitat's
Yeah,
perfect here.
they were loaded, and then they made their way up this way.
Yeah, they slowly came down. My dad used to work at St. Stephen a few years ago, and he used to say just see 30 or 40 of them every day on the way to work,
Mm-hmm.
and that's crazy, right?
Yeah. No,
I think they say it's a complete different taste than a turkey from a store.
I wonder.
It's
There's definitely okay. Like,
it's
you know
more
how
dark, I think, kind of thing.
I think it's probably tastier.
It,
I'm gonna
it
say
could be.
I'm gonna say, because I was gonna say gamey, but gamey's not the right word. It's not the same.
I
It
don't
would-
really agree with the gamey taste.
You don't?
No, actually, I think it all depends on how the meat is processed and prepared.
True, you're right.
So a lot of people, like, we don't really believe in cutting through the bone. Like, we just believe that the marrow could spoil the meat. Not spoil it, but give
I
you
heard
that
I heard
gamey
the bone
taste.
marrow's really tasty.
They say the bone marrow is really good for you.
Oh, it's insanely good.
Insanely good for you.
You
But
know, do you know who the Liver King is?
yeah,
he lives
drinks.
off. Yeah, he
drinks bone marrow.
Does he?
Yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I've
probably
seen
rubs it
on-
between his hands.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Oh, that's crazy though. But there's nothing like a freaking fresh steak, though.
yeah.
No, I do love it for that reason. And you know, if I always shoot to eat too. You don't shoot.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
yeah. There's no
There's
point.
no point in killing something.
There's some people out there, and I actually, I don't know if they were shooting to just shoot, but I do know a guy that did go to jail for, I'm gonna say 1 to 2 years for shooting a deer out of season, and somebody called on them, and he
Some wild. People do some wild things.
Yeah. Oh man, like I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and we were talking about how your perspective of life, and you don't see too much bad stuff, depending on what you see, I guess.
Yeah.
But then there's like almost like a second layer, like a layer below that, like that you don't see. That's like tough.
Yeah.
That's like I don't know.
I know what you mean.
There's like a bad scene,
Yeah.
and it just keeps going. Like there's worse and
Yeah.
worse and worse, and then
And like I feel like back to the hunting thing. Sorry, I keep going.
no,
back to
go
it,
keep
but
going.
It kind of like people perceive hunting as a bad thing in a way, but people only see the bad in things,
Yeah.
right?
Well, they
know what
just
I mean?
a lot. Well, it's so
not necessarily to see all bad. It's just there's people that do
yeah.
bad things, like you see it in Africa, like people shooting animals that they never should shoot and that are
Mhm.
endangered and stuff like that. Like I'd never do that. I'd never shoot something that's on the endangered list. First of all, there wouldn't be
Yeah.
a season for them, kind of thing. But
Mhm.
sure.
There's some Africans out there though that they're still chasing animals.
oh yeah,
Like, So
Tribal
some people get a
stuff.
bad rep of Africa too. Like, I've never traveled, so I'm not gonna say I know. But like, you try to do your reading, or I do, because I'm kind of interested. But there's a lot of like rich places in Africa.
oh yeah,
Not like extremely rich,
But, like,
but there's some
rural
high end
places,
spots. Yeah, like
yeah,
if
you don't-
you could have a hefty pay for a vacation there, like if you wanted.
yeah,
But there are some sides that are
yeah,
very run down, and like they're still on their feet running for animals. Like
yeah,
that's normal.
yeah.
And but back to the hunting, people see the killing aspect of it too.
Yeah,
Like
I've had
you're just killing it.
crazy things. Like I've seen some people do some crazy things that almost make you like second guess what you're doing.
Yeah.
For instance, like just hunting. We have so we live on a highway and we actually hunt on both sides of the roads. We're always far enough away, but we always hunt on both sides of the roads. And we didn't end up going hunting one night, but our cousins hunt across the road. And we seen these two guys pulling the driveway into the field, and there was just does there, and stuck a rifle out of the window on the side of the road and fire completely towards that guy at deer. 3 shots.
Wow.
And it was just lucky enough we picked up the phone, called the warden, and we picked up the phone to call him because a bullet can travel.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
didn't your house get hit?
My uncle's house got hit
Yeah.
3 times.
That's
He-
wild.
When he used to
Not
let
those
people
guys
hunt.
though, right?
No, this is a different
Yeah.
story.
Just
but-
happened to be 3 shots at the same time.
Yeah. So what happened was the guy asked my uncle for permission to hunt. That was before my dad hunted. So he said, go ahead, take a deer out of the field. He ended up walking up to the corner and shooting back towards the house. And my aunt was out doing her flowers and heard a crunch after the shot.
Wow.
And it went into the foundation of the house. There's a hole in it. Like you could still go to it today.
Really?
You could probably pull the lead out of it if you really wanted to.
I want to check it out. I've actually never checked it out, which is
It's on the side of the house, but it's pretty crazy. Like people don't realize that. Like you gotta know where you're shooting.
Yeah.
Like I was always taught.
New Brunswick is very strict for guns.
Oh, you're right.
Extremely strict.
Oh yeah.
Like if anybody, I love saying like anybody listening. I just wish I had a monitor so I could pull stuff up.
Yeah.
But like look up like not
the process of getting a gun.
legislations. No, regulations.
Yeah.
Regulations. I don't know.
Regulations. Yeah.
Yeah, I think New
I think
Brunswick
they're
would be
getting
the
more.
most strict.
I think like all around's getting more like that now, just because of stuff that's going on in the States and stuff, and it's
Mhm.
happening here too. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
if someone sees someone with a gun, just because it's a hunting rifle doesn't mean he ever hunted with it. I kind of disagree with that aspect of it. I feel like if a shooter wants to get a gun, he's gonna get a gun, whether
Yeah.
it's a hunting rifle or a Glock, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But to be honest, like I think like it's a good thing in a way.
Guns?
Like the regulations. On
Oh, yeah.
Like,
no, you
I don't-
need
I-
it. You need it.
The right people need to be
there
able
was
to
a,
get
there was a
them.
comedian. Oh, I wish I remembered his name. I was listening to him this morning, and he was saying he has a face that doesn't like look like he has guns, but he has like 16 of them. And
Yeah.
he like made a joke,
Yeah.
and then he said that we always have wars in other countries because
Yeah.
if we were to come have wars in America, other like their civilian or their
Yeah.
citizens have guns, so
Yeah.
it's like they're useless, like they can't do
Yeah.
it. Random people
Yeah.
would just be coming out of the door just shooting.
There'd be different armies all the time.
Yeah.
But it is a good thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm currently applying for my PAL.
Yeah.
So your
What's that?
PAL is your position accusation license, and it's what makes you be able to buy ammo and like a rifle or
Yeah,
a shotgun.
I want to get that too.
So it's quite a process.
I believe
It's
it.
a
Well, you got to
6-page form. You have to. It'll like you can see your criminal record and everything. You
Oh,
gotta
they
give
have
all
to,
your
yeah.
information.
It's multiple cycles of that too, isn't it?
Yep.
Like there's like multiple.
You gotta put references. You gotta put a picture.
Mhm.
You gotta put like 2 different IDs. It's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
You definitely go right straight into the system as soon as you get a gun because like people need to know like.
Oh
alright,
yeah, and it takes like I guess it all depends, but it can take a while, like 6 or 7 months before you get it back.
Really.
Yeah, like I haven't filed mine yet. I actually have it all filled out. I just need to get my picture. But other than that, I haven't really gotten to it.
So when I was younger, we used to go to conferences a lot for like these Christian gathering kind of things,
Yep.
like big church gatherings. Anyways, one of the preachers, I guess, he loves guns. Like he just loved guns. So yeah, he was just like super interested in them. He shot them all the time. He loved it. He just had like these beautiful. I think he was pretty well off too.
Yeah.
But he just like had his whole like room like I don't know,
All done up.
yeah, all
and
done up towards guns
old
and
guns
like
on
yeah,
walls
just
and
beautiful
stuff.
safes
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, and one time he's going to the border, and he goes, "By the way, I do have 2 guns in my or something like I don't know how many guns. Maybe he had
Yeah.
1, but he did say like, oh, I have a gun in the back, like just to let you know, like I
Yeah.
always leave it there. I always leave it there. It's normal." And then they just like they stripped his car.
Oh yeah.
They like
They're
they didn't
brutal.
trust him. Like he was I think.
Probably brought a dog in.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah, they were just I think they rampaged his car and everything, and like he's like
Just
"Dude."
tore it all.
Yeah,
apart.
and he has all the papers, but they just
Yeah.
they didn't like. He said he had proof of everything, and they just instantly boom.
Yeah.
He was like,
I mean,
anybody that has a gun and saying they have a gun going through the border, I think they're more trustworthy. Obviously, as a border.
Yeah, you
patrol-
gotta take
yeah,
that seriously.
oh, yeah.
But at the same time, like if someone says, "Hey, I have a hunting rifle back there. Carry it with me. Here's my PAL. Here's my
Yeah.
carrying license." You know what I mean? I'm
But-
an avid hunter.
Yeah, but he got pretty searched up, and I thought that was a crazy story, but. That's kind of I don't know. I'm not in that position, so who knows how you have to react.
Oh, I would be just like my gut would just be turning. Like, what if there was one extra shell or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Under
like
the-
something.
under
yeah.
the seat or something. If that would ever change it, a different caliber, and they'd
Mhm.
think, "Oh, where's the other gun?" and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. But I think they got to take it seriously. But I think there's a point where you can draw the line.
Yeah, I've told you before too. I like guns to shoot. I'm not a big hunter with guns
Yeah,
because I like the bow.
you like the more kind of natural
yeah,
in a way kind of thing. I get that.
and
It can be easy. I will say that
what?
hunting with a gun is much easier.
Yes, but I don't think it.
You just like the bow aspect.
I
probably
do
more.
like the bow a lot. It
Yeah.
is it's super fun, super intriguing to like learn about. There's learning the basics into bows. I didn't realize how like
Complex.
crucial it was for each little different thing, from your
Yeah.
stance to the way you hold your wrist to
yeah,
your fingers, like
your bow draw weight,
the way you
your-
breathe, right?
your
Like
length, yeah,
it's oh yeah, and then trying to fit your stuff and
yeah,
the right stuff.
and your bow can depend on how big you are and how
Now,
tall you
I
are.
don't know how long I'll be able to stay with a gun because I have a very bad right shoulder.
Really.
Yeah,
You know,
so I don't know.
usually when
No.
you hunt, you only have to do it once.
Once a year, yeah, but
no,
no,
once a shot. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, but I
I-
do love.
Skeet shooting.
I've done. Yeah, I love shooting. Like anything with a gun, like targets,
yeah.
anything like that, I love. Shooting something, it's probably fun. I've actually just never done it either,
yeah.
but I do like a bow.
Yeah.
And doing archery, like I've done archery.
Mhm.
I really like shooting at targets and trying to get better in practice.
Yeah.
So, and then putting that with an animal would be extremely fun.
Oh yeah. There's nothing like that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's a lot of that limits to what you can hunt too though. That's
Mhm.
that's the downfall I'd say
Yeah.
to a bow. Is you're not gonna go and perch hunt with a bow.
No, yeah.
You can try, but
Hey,
like-
it'd be pretty cool to
it'd
say,
be pretty
hey.
cool to put an arrow through
Hey.
it. Yeah. But for sure it's definitely like a bigger game.
Mhm.
Whereas,
I'd love to try. I'd love to try bear. I've never had bear.
like eaten or like
Both.
both.
I would
yeah.
like to. I would love
I've
to.
had bear.
I'd like to go after one.
Spring bear can be better
Yeah, because they're not eating as much.
because they're lean. Because
Yeah,
after their hibernation,
and they're yeah. Is there much for food in the winter for bears?
well, they're hibernating.
But they don't hibernate all year round.
No, it's kind of I'm not really
Yeah.
sure.
There was remember when we were young and I wish I mean we can bring it up, whatever. But you know how like the bear hibernates all
All
winter?
winter, yeah.
That's not true, I don't
I
think.
think it really depends on temperature, and it also depends on kind of like
Also, how much food it
well
gets.
he has, how well he's rounded in his stomach, kind
Mhm.
of thing. It's kind of a storage thing.
Yeah.
But,
It's kind of cool that their system, I'm pretty sure their system shuts down, so it just takes a little bit at a time.
I've seen this past fall. I've seen bear tracks in the snow.
Really?
Yeah,
By your place, or?
yeah, out by my place, just out behind and between me. And
Well,
McGregor.
they're little travelers. Those little black bears too.
Yeah,
especially.
I had 5 or 6 different pictures on my camera this year, which is very they s-
A bear?
a bear. Yeah,
Oh.
which is very uncommon for that way. Like it's not a good thing. If you want
Yeah.
deer around,
Yeah,
you don't want
Yeah,
bear
you don't
around.
want them lurking.
I actually had a video or a picture of a deer laying in or a bear laying in the apples and pulling them in and eating them.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a few pictures where he has his paw out and then apples here. Paws in, apples here.
If they were people, they would be very obese people.
Yeah.
They love their food.
Yeah. They would just be landscapers and then sleep in the winter.
Yep.
No, but and then like 20 minutes later after that, I had a buck in at the camera,
Nice.
which is like what?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't the biggest.
and you're
buck,
getting
but
you're getting them uploaded right to your phone, right? So you're kind of getting like real time.
sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. I did that with like a free trial.
Oh,
But
okay.
You actually have to pay
The
monthly
app
after
is
that.
the app
Yeah.
is. Oh,
You have to pay like $15 a month for like 80 pictures a day.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. And that's not even like videos or anything. Like
You
if
see a
want
whole, you
videos,
just see a
gotta
whole
go.
herd of deer just running through, and it's just like.
Yeah, it would be cool.
That would be.
I wish I
sweet.
could just from 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after I could just sit in the stand, be able to take the time off and just really watch them. Like,
Yeah.
It's true. They have patterns.
Yeah, they do. No, they do.
Bucks in particular.
Well, when you look through the winter, you see their trails.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And if you get them at the right time of day, they're
Yeah,
coming through it
through.
every time. It's when they find a comfortable spot, they're not going to leave.
no.
They're not
No.
leaving.
No.
And where you're at, there's a high traffic of
Oh, yeah.
deer.
Well, I'm pretty sure where I hunted this year was right on a bed.
Really?
Yeah, I think I was directly on a bed.
Well, remember when we were searching around and we saw like 5 different trails kind of almost
Like
kind of
linking.
close together?
Yeah,
and then
so that's probably a good sign you're good to do a bed. And there's kind of marshy area in between.
what's a bed mean? Like,
So a bed's just kind of like higher grass or just a comfortable, safer spot for them to lay down and sleep. Cause
and look what you did.
yeah, I made it very uncomfortable.
You were top bunk, baby.
Yeah. I was up above, looking down. No, it's definitely a world of adventure. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, it's a fun thing to get into, and even if somebody is totally against it, maybe do your research just to get a better understanding. Because there's things that I'm against that other people aren't, and
Oh yeah.
but I do understand my best of my ability to see where they're coming from.
Yeah.
And that's
I mean,
that's normal, but
I understand some people are sentimental towards animals,
Yeah.
have a better connection with animals.
oh
and
man,
stuff
if
like
I
that.
if I knew I physically couldn't handle an animal, I
Yeah.
wouldn't do it.
Right.
But I thoroughly enjoy the hunt. Like,
Yeah.
that's fun.
A lot of people don't understand either, like the food they're eating at the grocery store, the eggs they're getting from the chicken. Those animals weren't as treated.
Our food, man.
Like,
That's a
The
big
difference is unbelievable between those two. Like these deer are free roam, eating what they want, crapping when they want,
Mm-hmm.
going where they want.
Well, you just got to think of the nutrients in the soil, then into the grass, then
Yeah.
between their system, into their literal cells,
Yeah.
which is producing their meat.
Yeah, and then eventually back out on the grass to fertilize more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
It's-
yeah.
It's a
and
cycle.
then it's going in us, and like
Yeah.
whatever they start, it's going in. Food is a big thing on my mind all the time,
Oh,
and I
yeah.
just, as I'm getting older, I'm realizing like our food is getting whacked.
Oh.
Me and Matt, we're talking about kind of like, we just kind of touched on like giant grapes and like giant like strawberries and stuff from the store, just
Yeah.
like through conversation, and I don't like that.
3/4 of your food, I bet you, is genetically modified.
Oh, it's gotta be.
It's got to be.
And sprayed, and
You know what I mean? Like
in the past
getting that good bananas in the winter.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, and like it's not that, and people, I guess. And we don't know what we're talking about, by the way.
No.
So somebody could have a way better argument and explain all this.
Yeah.
My cousin's going to be coming on eventually. She's a dietitian, so she probably knows a lot more about
No, it's a scary world. Like I don't know what I'm putting in myself.
No,
No.
oh man, I'm crucial with food, and I really, you've always known that though. I've
You've always been a foodie in a way. You know what I mean? You like to eat the, you know what I mean, Maple Leaf instead of Larson hot dogs.
Yeah, I like to look at the Beyond Meat burgers.
Yeah, no,
and the past 2 years I've been trying to grow a garden and stuff and try to like eat the healthier vegetable, at least for a little bit, and you can jar all that stuff and going that extra step. But again, world's getting faster. Less time.
Things are changing.
Things are changing. Less time to do that
Pretty
stuff.
soon we'll just get our food in a bag for the week, and it'll be just put it in the microwave.
We'll just inject it in ourselves. 7 days later, we'll have to do another injection and see what happens.
Run 3 hours on a treadmill a day to keep up with it.
Yeah, I mean, what if that was the case? Yeah, like what if you're injecting too much and it's like, all right, you have to make sure you work out 2 hours a day to make sure you maintain this weight.
Like Wall-E. You know what I mean? The scene in Wall-E.
Me and Jacob were talking about, you and me were talking about Lorax, and I think everybody's got to get on that movie train and just like take that serious.
Is it Dr. Seuss?
It is Dr. Seuss, yeah.
I think it is, yeah.
It's not Disney, no.
No.
Or like Pixar.
It's
or wait, maybe it is.
Has a true meaning behind it.
It does have a true meaning.
It's a scary thing because it could be to that point someday.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if that's capable, like being able to just drink air, but you know what I mean.
Wait, what is it?
It's O'Hare.
O'Hare air.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
O'Hare. I sent you a picture of one of those guys.
Yeah,
I think the delivery guy.
Yeah. They're big.
Yeah, no, that's an important movie. There's a lot of.
Dr. Seuss has a lot of big meanings behind them. You know what I mean? Like.
Yep.
Like if you like Grinch.
The Grinch. If you mad, you about to turn happy. I don't know.
No, for sure. You can learn a lot from movies.
Sorry?
You can learn a lot from movies.
You do learn a lot from movies. Any movie, really.
They're bad in a way, but they're good in a way. You know what I mean?
No, I like movies. Movies are really good. One thing I can't do is I've told some people this, but I can't get into TV shows because if I find someone I like, I literally get addicted. Like I don't know what it is. Like I feel like
stop watching.
I almost put down all my priorities to make sure I can get 7 episodes before I go to sleep. Like like I don't know. So I've only watched I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 shows. And
I'm in one right now. I can't get out of it.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
It's not even that I can put it down kind of thing, but like sometimes I'm not busy at work. You know what I mean? It's easy throwing on, or you know what I mean. You're doing something that's gonna be repeating itself. You know what I mean? And you can just throw a movie on or throw that TV show on. Be watching and going on the computer or whatever. It's real easy to do, and it's easy to lose time.
As you're getting older, you find time getting faster.
But like watching TV shows and in that way, like you know what I mean. Like pretty soon it'll be like, oh, one more episode, and it's 3 o'clock.
When you realize 40 minutes plus another 40 minutes plus another 40 minutes plus another 40 minutes.
It flies by. You know what I mean?
And you're
especially
like,
if you're
it's
intrigued.
1:30 already.
Yeah.
Maybe I should go to bed. One more episode. And you're like, oh, 3 o'clock.
But it kind of does have like a point. Like as you get older, time goes faster. Like, to think I graduated almost 2 years ago scares me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like time's flying. You know what I mean? You want to do something that time, and then it's already a week behind. You know what I mean?
Gotta get your priorities straight.
Gotta get a calendar.
You just gotta plan your day. That's all you gotta do.
No. I feel like as you get older, it goes faster too. You know what I mean? Things seem to not take as long, and get more patient, and get more trustworthy in what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
School's a big thing.
School?
Yeah. With time.
Yeah. There's a big chunk of time gone.
13 years potentially, depending if you want to preschool or not. But
I wonder what's gonna happen with school.
If you could go back, like, to say grade 5, and not relive and change everything, but like just to see it all again, would you?
Yeah.
I would do.
To see it again?
Like,
or just go back to
you
that?
couldn't change the future, like going back and just see all the things that happened already. I think it will.
Sure, why not? Why not? If I had the chance.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, drink a bottle. Drink a potion and you go.
Oh
there.
yeah, no, and just go back. Yeah, sure, why not?
It's kind of a weird concept, but
it is cool. It's cool to think about. It's cool to fantasize, I guess, about.
I would. And if I could like change the past, I would.
Isn't it crazy? Like, isn't it crazy? Like,
but then again,
say we get out of high school, right?
Yeah.
And then we look back and we go, oh, if only I did this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you're gonna be 20, and then you look back and it's like, oh, I wish I did all this before I was 20.
Yeah.
And then you get to 30, which I don't know what it's like yet, but then we get to 30 and it's like, oh, I could have done all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We keep looking like
you keep looking 10 years back.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I did this when I was younger and able. No, do you know what? Do it now.
Yeah.
Before you say, wish I did that.
Morgan Freeman said the bus runs every day. So hop on that bus and go do it. Whatever you gotta do. Go shoot that deer. Go chase that turkey. Go one hand Odell Beckham catch that partridge.
No. It is crazy. Sun rises whether you're awake or not.
Yeah. It's there's a lot of inspirational stories out there.
Oh, you're right.
You know who one person I really looked up to?
Who's that?
Kobe Bryant. I looked up to him so much.
Yeah, he had like a killer mentality.
Yeah, that
just like that
relentless
story.
To like.
I don't know who told the story. I can't remember, but it was a NBA player that played with him, former NBA player.
Chris Bosh.
Was it Chris?
I
don't know if we're talking about the same story. Anyways, the guy showed up early.
Chris Bosh.
And Kobe heard about it, so he showed up an hour earlier than that guy. And then after the game, Kobe had a killer game. He went to him and was like, "Why were you there that early?" He was like, "I seen you there that early."
Oh, I know the story you're talking about. Sorry, it's not Chris Bosh. Sorry.
I don't think so, but he said, "I knew you were coming in early. I wanted to know that I was willing to work harder than you."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because didn't they train like 2 hours before the game?
Yeah, and Kobe was up there already putting up shots.
Yeah, and like he didn't
stretching.
stop for like 30 more minutes.
Yeah.
And
shot after shot.
The story I was thinking about was one time they were doing the Olympics.
Okay.
And Chris Bosh was like, "All right, we got like 3 hours of sleep." He was like, "We're all tired." But it was just the way the time zone worked and the jet lag and whatever worked. So they were like, enough time to get like 3 hours of sleep and then get breakfast and go. And Chris Bosh was like, "Okay, I'm going to make sure I'm the first person to breakfast."
Kobe was probably already in the gym.
Comes down. Kobe's sitting there eating breakfast with ice on his knees. Kobe already worked out.
Yeah.
Was eating breakfast with ice on his knees and then about to go back to another workout before the team eats breakfast to go to the game.
Yeah. Wow.
That's nuts.
Wow. Imagine just like having that mentality with everything you do. Like just being able to pour everything you have, work harder than everybody has. You'll go leaps and bounds farther than ever. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of it's just taking that first step. You know what I mean? Like, it's a big thing.
Sean, the other day, my first guest on the podcast, he did say, like, I was explaining an idea to him.
Yeah.
And he said that me just trying to plan this idea and try to take a couple steps to create the idea, he was like, "You're further ahead than most people." He said, everybody leaves these ideas in their head and they don't actually try to implement it to create something real of it. And not everybody's like that. You got to respect that too. Not everybody's, I don't know, trying to do more, not necessarily more.
Well, you can apply that same concept to anything. Right?
Anything. Literally anything.
Anything. So like, I think
if you're in school right now and you need to study, like apply yourself and study an extra 2 hours, whether you feel like it or not.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of an example.
Kind of the same thing.
Yeah, that's important. It's very important.
Like that's something like you've always been good at. Like I will say that. Like you've always shot your shot at the things that you enjoy or want to do. You know what I mean? Whether people think it's like you've always wanted to be like involved with social media and like, you know what I mean, a YouTube channel or podcast. You know what I mean? You're willing to make that step.
Mm-hmm.
How many people do you see around here making a podcast, or how many people do you see trying to make YouTube videos and stuff like that? It's like it's like a leap. You gotta go for it. Like you gotta commit.
A big thing in my mind is just trying.
Oh,
it's just trying things. Like most people here that's listening know who I am and are very know me on a personal level. And anybody that is listening, I want you guys to just try things. Because anybody that's been close, and you've been close to me,
oh yeah,
I'm just trying things. I don't know what I'm doing, but just trying.
You're trying things that you're interested in.
Exactly, and I've always been close to that.
You.
Yeah,
you gotta let that guide you.
Yeah, I gotta implement it somehow and try to stick with something.
No, but what you're feeling is what you should try. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
a lot of people put a lot of thought into post-secondary education. Mm-hmm. Like if you have any interest, go with it. Mm-hmm. You get a year in, you don't like it, world's not over.
Yeah, you can pause next year. You can pause your education. There's no issue.
There's no issue. A lot of people are scared. They think they need to go from high school to university to work. Mm-hmm. That's not how it is. Go
high school, university. Go take some time off. Go bounce over here.
Yeah, do what you enjoy. I think education's gonna be you're going to almost need it in a way.
That's what I said. No, I said the same thing, and Sean said that he actually thinks a lot of people are going to be going away from it.
I agree with both.
Well,
in a way.
Everybody does say doctor, lawyer.
People who want to make money are going to go to school.
People that want to be safe.
But nowadays, you can go out west and make a good wage. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And have a GED.
Some people are bringing back $150,000 a year, just
yeah. And either getting trained on the job or you know what I mean, just GED. It's possible. A lot of people. There's a lot of successful people that don't even have their high school diploma. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's all what you want, right? And how much effort you're willing to put in this.
But I did want to get back on the topic of just trying.
Oh yeah.
Anything, literally anything. Number one thing I focus on is just being curious and just trying things.
Yeah.
I really want people to just try Jacob, anything.
Yeah.
You want to know what it's like? You don't want to know what it's like to sit in an ice bath? Try it.
Yeah, literally.
You want to know what it's like?
Something so simple as that.
You want to try to chug 2 liters of water? Try it. Just do it.
Try it.
Just try it. That's the biggest thing I want people to do. And then we were talking about potential a couple hours just before the podcast. We were talking. Remember when I was mentioning?
Yeah.
I mentioned a couple names. I'm not going to mention them on the podcast, but there's people that I know that have so much talent and so much potential.
And not that they throw it away. It's just you see that and you don't have that, and it kills you because they're not doing something you would do with it. I'm not saying what they're doing is wrong.
No, yeah, it's just do you,
right?
Do whatever. But I know there's one person specifically. Yeah. I've told them. Yeah. I've literally told them it's not who you're thinking.
Oh, okay.
Not who I mentioned before, but I told him he has so much potential in this certain area, and if he just pushed it and tried it, he would make waves with that sport. And I'll just put that in there. Little hint.
I agree, though. It can be anything, though. It doesn't have to, it can, like you said, it could be you want to try ice baths, you want to try this, you want to try that, but it can be right up to what you want to do for the rest of your life. Me, myself, I have, ideas of things I want to do, but I want to before I get there, I want to get a backup plan, in a way. Mm-hmm. So I want to get a school education.
Yeah.
And, my school education is going to be based around that, but at the same time, I'm going to wait till after. Yeah. So I have that ticket.
You want to open up your own shop and stuff, so, you educate. But, yeah, I'm not knocking educate. I really think, personally, this is a personal opinion, I really think everybody should go to school at least 1 or 2 years just to get some type of education. Everybody, no matter who you are. Yeah. I don't know what we have to do with the school system. Me and Sean, again, keep bringing up Sean, but we were talking about the school system and bringing that stuff up. And I really feel like everybody should get some type of education. Even if it's something that you're not sure about, just jump into it a year. Yeah. And that's a really tough call because there's a lot of unfortunate people that can't afford that. So
Today's age, there's a lot of things to help those people, though.
Is there?
If you want to go to school, you can go to school. You got scholarships, you got bursaries, you got student loans.
Dude,
you know what
honestly,
I mean?
just
you can do it.
You want to try to get out of your comfort zone? Anybody? We're kind of inspirational a little bit. And you want to go to school? Go door to door and ask and say, "Hey, I'm fortunate to not have enough money and just ask them for money. Just try it. See what happens.
Try it.
Just try it. Seriously.
You know what I mean? You never know where it'll get you.
You never know.
You know what I mean? Like my dad, for instance, he was going to go to school and become an automotive mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
And so he ended up getting in at the mill. And the mill obviously don't have automotive mechanics. They have industrial mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked my dad, like, what are you interested in doing? And my dad was like, oh, mechanics. And they were like, oh, like, and he sent them to school.
Yep.
He never paid for it. He got paid when he was there. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
you never know. Like, once you're looking at a door, you don't know what's on the other side till you get through it.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this door can open up and lead to a lot of things. Or this door can open up just one more door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could be there for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
But
Some
some
things you'll pick and it'll lead you to something
Yeah.
else.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that did my dad wonders.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my dad's very smart when it comes to those things.
He is a mechanical genius.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He really is.
Yeah, he's good at what he does.
He looks at two pieces of metal and he makes like an engine out of it. And he's
Yeah.
like, how did you do that? And he's like, oh, you just take that and that and add a couple of this and then bend that.
I mean, that just comes with trade, and Dad says just like listening to people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy how much he probably learned that out of school.
Yep.
Just working with other people.
And
you know what I mean? Tricks and techniques. And
when I was working for Irving, there was a maintenance guy that was always fixing stuff and making things just to keep the plant running.
yeah.
And he's like, I'm not smarter than anybody. He always told me. He just said, I just have experience. He's just like, I've just tried things. Some things don't work. I just realized these things work. He's like, I'm always learning, trying to figure it out. That's important.
That's a big thing, though. Like, today's and age, a lot of supervisors and stuff at big plants and stuff want people to take that try. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
They don't want to call every 20 minutes, hey, can I do this?
Yeah,
Or, hey, how do I do this?
Yeah.
Try it. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like just do it.
No, seriously, just do it. Like, that's...
Nike, please don't.
Yeah.
No lawsuits, please.
Yeah. I don't want any cancellation yet. No, that's the biggest thing for me, Jacob. Seriously, is just try. And I love when people make an attempt at something, anything,
Yeah.
literally anything. Hey, man,
Get out of your comfort zone.
I just went around the province by myself and traveled.
Yeah.
Sick. How was it? Let me
You know
know.
what I mean?
Tell me.
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
What did you learn? You know what I mean?
Do you ever see that quote where it's like, if you can go, I think Leonardo DiCaprio said, if you can go like to a restaurant or a movie theater by yourself, you can do anything.
No, I've never heard that. But I kind of get the concept of it.
But if you can go to a movie theater by yourself or a restaurant by yourself, you can pretty much... Because, I mean, then you're independent. I mean, I don't recommend that to anybody because going to a restaurant or movies with your friends is very, very fun. But if you're able to do that by yourself, think about things that you could do.
Yeah.
If you're able to go to a restaurant by yourself and you absolutely love cars, think about how many cars you could end up buying and fixing and dealing with other people and like having your own cars and like
Right.
then you realize, oh, I don't need anybody to help me or be with
Yeah.
to do this. But then
You
when
can take
if
these
you had,
journeys on your own.
yeah, but if you had a group of friends to do that with
Yeah.
and like go to the garage, go hang out, like so much better. But
I'd love the aspect of like being able to do that with a few friends,
Mhm.
like when I'm older,
I
and
agree.
it'd be like clean work. Like that's the kind of like dirty side of a mechanic,
Yeah.
but like have the nice setup, have the good
Yeah.
tools. You know what I mean? Be in that position.
16 hoists in a row.
Yeah, all Porsches and
All Porsches.
old cars and
Oh, are you trying to join
70s
the
Chevelles and Chevettes and all
and
that stuff.
Chevrolets?
Chevys. No.
Yeah.
I think that was one thing. Like I'm restoring a vehicle right now, and like it's crazy.
I wish
like
can
it's
you,
so.
You're at the point where you can start. You should film it. You really should.
So
Try to-
I didn't tell you yet,
Oh.
but I
When do
created
you-
my own. I want to kind of do it on TikTok.
Okay.
That's kind of my idea. It's
Yeah.
kind of where it's at right now.
Do it.
But
Try it.
it's called. I don't even know if I have the whatever.
We can
app
look
to
it up after.
but.
We'll look it up before this.
I
is
haven't
over.
posted anything yet because I haven't been at it recently, but I think it'd be definitely cool to like do that kind of. It's called Church of Chevy or something like that. Chevy Build or
Chevy
Church
Build, yeah.
or something like that.
Oh, Church Build. I think
Yeah.
it's Church Build.
Yeah.
We'll look it up before at the end of the podcast and we'll plug it. But
Yeah.
I definitely want to stay tuned for that. And that's
Yeah.
interesting, especially like you get some time lapse of certain things being built. Explain what you're doing too. And
I want
people,
it, yeah.
if people understand you don't know exactly what you're doing either, and you're
Yeah.
just trying stuff, people will appreciate
A lot of people like expect people. I feel like on TikTok and stuff, you see a lot of hate and comments for people trying things in that kind of way. Like you'll see the people like, oh, that's not, you did that the wrong way. Well, there's different ways that everybody does that kind of stuff, right? Like there's tricks that people know that people don't know. There's, you know what I mean? Everything's a bit different, so people don't realize that. But that's it.
So if you're following Church Build or Chevy Build or whatever it is, tell Jacob a nice, different trick to it.
Yeah, or
tell him
yeah,
he's
you know what I
trash. Don't
mean?
tell him he's trash.
Explain something that would help me make it easier or
Yeah.
made it better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, you should have welded it with this heat and this
Yeah,
type of weld.
whatever.
Or whatever you want to.
I know what you mean, but for example, like when we were putting the engine together, like that wasn't just me and Dad. We had 4 or 5 different people around town we were talking to.
Yeah.
How much horsepower out of every little thing that we could gain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just simple things.
Yeah.
Like it's just it goes everywhere. Like they're so complex that you can just change the smallest thing and it can make it work so much better.
Yeah.
It's just so cool.
No, I'm excited for that build. That's going to be fun. And again, it's taking that pride in what you're building.
Yeah.
And you'll love it. You'll love it.
A lot of good time with my dad too. I think it's very important. You know what I mean?
That is.
My dad definitely teaching me some tricks and stuff. I think I could probably now build an engine by myself. You know what I mean? Like redo it. That's kind of the plan. Actually, is.
You're just going to take his knowledge, try to implement it to your own learning, and then you're going to try to learn your own way of doing things.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a big thing today. If you know what I mean, like it's kind of a off topic, but like cars or renovations or being able to do your own things will save you a lot of money and keep a lot of pride.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to be able to like say, oh, I want to refinish my basement and not have to call a carpenter.
Yeah.
Do it yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Call a few buddies over. You know what I mean? As long
No,
as everybody
look
hand
stuff up online.
the beer out after.
Yeah, look stuff online. Ask for helping hand.
Yeah.
If,
You can learn anything on YouTube.
man, anything. YouTube is literally education.
Oh, 100%. You look up the most complex thing, and you'll more than likely find something
Dude,
that's.
start looking up how to build rockets. You can probably build as good of a rocket as you want right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you, well, you gotta be, put in the work, but like.
And money.
Yeah. Cough up a couple mil. Maybe a couple bill, to be honest.
It's crazy. He's quite a guy.
He's a cool guy. You know, one day
Complex.
maybe I'll. I heard he's a super villain, but that's.
Really.
No, just people like joking. Like,
He's definitely taken the world to a different spot. I have his Wi-Fi actually. He
You
hand
have-
delivered it.
You do have his Wi-Fi.
It's
He pointed you
good.
exactly
Yeah.
where the satellite was.
Yeah, it was quite cool. We put it on the roof, and it went out flat. It moved by itself, and then searched 3 or 4 times. And
Wait, it moves by itself.
Oh yeah, and it's
What do you
heated.
mean?
It'll move to where the satellite is.
Just the antenna, right?
Not like the dish. The whole dish.
The whole dish moves.
The whole dish moves with where it
yes,
goes.
I understand.
So the best
I didn't
satellite.
know it was a dish.
Yeah. So it just kind of moves, and it's creepy, like in a way, like, and it's
Yeah.
heated and everything, so you never have to worry about snow on it. Like,
Nice.
just taking those things into like
Yeah, well, you're,
next level, you know what I
they
mean?
got thousands of people working on those.
Holy
ideas.
crap, it's crazy, and like it's so good for rural areas because like we don't get high speed.
Yeah.
Out in the boonies.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not really out in the boonies, but I still don't get high speed. You know what I mean? It's kind of crappy, but
Yeah, you're definitely out with the bears, hanging out.
a few of them.
A few of them. A couple bears out there.
Bernstein Bears. I think.
Bernstein Bears, yeah. What was that show?
Bernstein Bears.
Is it Bernstein Bears? Like
Oh, yeah.
There's just like the little brown
There's
bears.
Little
like,
Bear and Bernstein Bears. I don't remember Bernstein Bears that much. I feel like that was more my sisters watching it, but
I think I watched Bernstein Bears.
it's a young show.
Oh, I thought that was last week.
Oh,
But
okay.
I just finished it.
You just finished last season.
Yes.
Heartbreaking, isn't it?
No, I actually found it pretty enjoyable.
I was crying.
Oh. We were watching the same bears?
I think it was a different Bernstein.
Oh, okay.
No, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think like TV shows as a kid has a big impact on you? It's a weird question. I think it depends.
In what way do you, kind of give me perspective, I guess. In what way of impact? the way I act and the way I
kind of
perceive things.
maybe development in a way. Like, do you think it helps in development? I think
Like-
it does, and it
like
doesn't.
if we were to compare like Bugs Bunny and like
I don't mean it like that. I kind of mean
compared to okay.
I kind of mean it like if your child starts younger watching TV, will they talk quicker? Will they, you know what I mean, understand things quicker? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because shows do a lot of demonstration.
This is my thought. This is my thought. Brought into our lives too early limits our imagination as a kid.
You think?
Yeah.
I think there's got to be that cap. There's got to be that cap, like a certain amount of, you know what I mean? You can't sit on it all day. You know what I mean? Go out and play with Sidekick.
Yeah.
But at the same
Certain
time,
jumping jacks.
yeah,
Very good.
yeah. Start push-ups at 3.
Yeah. No, well, I don't know. I've always kind of had a kid imagination.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I get it too. Like I wasn't stuck in front of the TV at all when I was a kid. I didn't get my
I
first.
specifically remember, like, I would have like these little kid laptop things, like when I went to the ski resorts and stuff. But I also, I don't even feel like I was that young, and I was in my backyard, and me and like a friend, childhood friend, would run around, and we were acting like Power Rangers and like shooting at nothing.
Oh
But
yeah.
like it was all our imagination.
Yeah.
But I think I was watching TV at that time at the same time, so I think our age group obviously had a perfect balance, but like we did have a mixture of TV but when I was growing up and I was in high school, a friend of mine, some kid relative, really young, she started watching TV she had a screen in front of her face since day one. And she would stand in front of the TV as close as I am to this mic, pretty much.
Yeah.
And she got glasses by like I don't know, half a year of doing that.
Yeah.
And she had just had these giant glasses, and I was like, "Well, that probably screwed you up for a little bit."
Yeah.
And they would always tell her like, "Back away from the TV, Maya."
Yeah.
Back away. I'm just using this name as an example. I don't know what her name was, but she would always get super close to the TV, and then next thing you know, I saw her again.
Probably.
Yeah, I think a little cross-eyed, but like she just had these massive bubble glasses, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, like great."
That's a big thing with babies. You're
What?
not supposed to do stuff in front of them too close.
Yeah, because it kind of like
Because they try to. Because babies take a long time. Well, I don't even know
How long
personally
is it?
how they focus or anything, but I think they can't. If there's anything close into them, I think it'll actually make them permanently cross-eyed. There's a lot of things.
I'm gonna look it up.
There's so many things. Like raising a baby is scary. You know
Yeah,
what I
especially
mean?
when you
There's old school tales and
Hey man, our parents raised us and they had no clue what they were doing. They may act
I
like
was
they
the
do.
third. They knew what they were doing.
True. No, I
they
was,
weren't
I was the
pro-
third baby too, so they better have some experience. Kicked me a couple times.
Yeah, I was the first boy though, so it might have been a little bit different for my family side of things. But I think like if you lay a baby on its back too much, the back of its head can go flat. Like
Is that why they sleep on their bellies?
they don't
No,
sleep on their bellies.
They don't sleep on their
They
bellies.
sleep on their back, and they're not allowed to have anything in the crib.
By 8 weeks, babies can begin to see more easily, focusing their eyes on faces
8
of
weeks isn't that old though. It's only
No.
2 or 3 months.
Yeah. By 8 weeks, so it could be
Oh, okay, even before that.
or after. Honestly,
It's
well,
crazy. Like I now just have a niece. She's 4 months old, and between when I first met her and now are 2 different people.
really.
Unbelievable, man. Like she's interacting. What?
Yeah, keep going.
She's interacting with you at this point. Like at that point, she was just looking at you.
By 8 weeks, babies begin to more easily focus their eyes on the faces of a parent or other person near them.
Okay.
For the first 2 months of life, an infant's eyes are not well coordinated and may appear to wander or to be crossed.
Yeah.
So yeah, so 2 months just to get used to kind of.
Yeah. And like the growth of kids is crazy from a month to 4 months. Like I can say that firsthand.
When's the biggest learning?
I don't know. I don't know when the most
Stages.
important. I feel like it's definitely that first year. You know what I mean? Walking, talking. That's big spot. Big
Is
things.
it like born to 1, or is it like from 1 to 5, or like from 5 to 10?
I think it's from born to 22. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
in a way,
You're
it really
right.
is.
You're right. You're right.
But like, if you just think like motoring skills and like
Learning
and stuff,
yeah.
probably born to 4 or 5. You know what I mean? By then they pretty much know what they're doing.
Yeah.
In a way, you know what I mean?
You do most of your learning, I think, in your first 8 years of life,
More, probably.
because you're just trying to understand everything.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy to think babies must be just so overwhelmed in a way. Like, I know we went out to eat this past weekend, and we went to Boston Pizza, and my niece sat down in the booth, and Boston Pizza's covered in TVs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was her first time seeing, like, being pointed right at TV, and her eyes were just, I say, 10 minutes straight.
Yeah, probably just glued. Well, so much is happening.
Oh, you know, it's just she just she doesn't know why it's like, you know what I mean? She doesn't know what's going on at all.
You could yawn. No, you could mess up a baby
Oh,
by just like planting them in a room with a screen.
yeah.
Could you imagine what their
My mom
focus would
My
be?
mom
like,
was a firm believer in if the baby's crying, you don't move it, no matter what.
Really?
Yeah, if I was happy in my car seat when I was younger.
Is that why you're so tough?
Yeah, so I'm so tough. Yeah. Mom would just set the car seat in front of the TV and turn the TV on when I was younger. She wouldn't take me out. She'd set the car seat on the floor. Because like
But
at
she
that
put you
point,
in. Wait.
so like the carrier, like the car
Yeah,
seat
yeah.
that you clip in.
But you'd be crying.
If I wasn't crying, she wouldn't take me out. She wouldn't take me out of the seat. She'd sit me on the floor in the thing you'd sit in the car.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you don't move a baby, that's not crying kind of thing. That was something
Really?
she was kind of for, and like it didn't mess me up any. No, I'm just kidding, but like at that time there was 2 other kids.
Yeah.
She didn't have time as much to
Yeah,
deal
that's
with a crying baby. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If it was avoidable, she was gonna do it.
Maybe people should start producing like 10 to 15 kids again. So
I think
so you don't have a choice to look after your kid and baby them. They're forced to
parent
start
themselves.
Yeah, once they're 2 to 3 walking, like
Once you get 1 to 8 years old, you might as well not. You're not a parent at that point.
yeah.
You just let the kids take it.
Yeah, it's like you cook me supper. I got 6 kids to look after.
Yeah. Pretty well.
Teenagers clean the house, and anybody older than that, get out.
Very well. Go make money and bring it back.
True.
Yeah.
Support these 6 kids I'm looking at with one arm.
I can't. I got 6 kids. No.
I physically can't.
No, it's like very bad for a woman, I think, to have that many kids. Like, it's natural for the birth to happen, but that many times it can't be good for you.
Yeah.
Like, it can't be. Like, I know there's some families around here that are
I'm gonna look it up.
there's some families with quite a few kids in it, but yeah, old ages, very scary for women. My dad, I think my grandmother was around 40. She was in her high 40s when she had my dad. Like, that's sketch.
Mm.
My grandfather was in his 50s, I'm pretty sure.
Girls generally start menstruating at the age of 13 and continue till she becomes 51. Yeah, I already knew that. Which gives her 38 possible years of reproduction action.
Man, I'm always
However,
active.
counting that every delivery requires 9 months, a limit of about 40 pregnancies actually seems probable. Okay, so is there a maximum number of pregnancies a woman's body can
Probably
sustain?
not.
In her practice, Brustman's was helped. Wait, what? Brustman has helped women deliver as many as 12 babies, but she said, "I am not sure the uterus has a limit. A woman can typically conceive about 2 months after giving birth." So
Jeez.
technically, you can
Probably
produce
produce
40 babies,
Never.
but safely.
John, Jim, Joe, Jessica, you know what I mean? I never
just-
know all their
can I
names
just
and
find
all
your-
their birthdays.
No, you'd be all right. You'd be all right.
No.
Yes, you would. You get them mixed up
Can't
more
remember what I had for
often.
breakfast.
Well, your job's to provide, brother.
Yeah.
You ain't
It's the kids' job to provide after they're 8 years old.
No, but 12 babies safely. Imagine spending your 20s to 30s just producing.
Oh, no.
You pop out 11 kids in that time, pretty much.
No.
That's quick.
Men can have a baby at 95. Men are always.
The best time to have kids, man, is our age right now. Like being 20,
Oh, yeah.
our age right now, because that's when everything's healthy. But when you wait a long time and you realize, oh, I'm going to have kids when
Things
I'm 30.
slowly.
It's like, oh, your organs suck now.
Some people
so
struggle. That's a
have
big
kids?
thing today.
To have kids?
Because there's so much radiation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like laptops create a lot of radiation and stuff like that.
I wonder if that's
Problem today.
brought in Mitch a lot of what's the word? If that brought in more
Carriage?
not miscarriage, but just malfunctions in babies. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh.
Just like more malfunctions in kids, and is it a higher?
I wonder.
Yeah, like-
if that affects.
We gotta get experts on it. We gotta get
Doctor.
no, what are those nurse delivery people?
Pediatricians.
No, that's a person that just like looks after kids. No, a caregiver, a nurse baby birth giver thing.
Pregnant caretaker.
Caretaker. I don't know. I don't.
Something. You get what
I get what I'm saying. I just can't come up with the right occupation at the moment.
No.
1% of males are in that occupation. I looked that up one time.
Really?
Yeah, very few men. But if you just
It'd be
learn it,
pretty. If I was a woman, I'd be pretty uncomfortable if it was a man.
but
In a way, but at the same time.
yeah, in a way. But think about it. Like the woman's learning all that process, and there's women that haven't even had kids that are doing that.
Oh yeah.
So there's got to be guys that know that process. They just can't relate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Usually women are like, oh, I've been through that situation, so it's like I can kind of give you my perspective, and you're gonna come up with your own things that work and don't work. But usually you realize what works when it's too late.
I don't know if it's just kind of like social media, but I find like awareness is a lot bigger for like autism and stuff like that.
Oh, everything's more aware.
That like you see it more often. Like my niece was actually supposed to have autism. Like they found that out like way before. I think I was never disappointed. I was like, I'm gonna love this kid no matter what.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, come out with 3 years, I still love you. Like it really doesn't matter.
Now you're making me think: is there anybody out there that like they see that and they don't love their kid? Obviously,
There are
people wouldn't show
bad
it.
people.
Bad people.
A lot of like very still primitive cultures are that way.
Okay.
Like I remember one of my former, what do you call that? Not student, but like
coworker.
Not a coworker, but a co-student, like a classmate.
Classmate.
Yeah, a classmate. Whatever.
Class friend.
Yeah. One of
only friends in the classroom.
She did like one of the rescue projects, and like there was a kid with like autism, and he was like chained in a wall.
Wow.
Yeah, like it's bad.
That is bad.
And like
he was
just crazy. I have no idea. I would guess, but it'd probably be in.
Yeah, don't guess.
Yeah, don't guess.
People would be like, "Oh, you're just assuming that
yeah,
place."
Yeah, but it was. She said it was.
Are you assuming
heartbreaking.
Canada?
And
Is
like
that
they
place?
would just throw food under the door, and he'd be in there all alone. No window, nothing.
There's some scary stuff out there.
Oh, and he was like crazy. But when you're grown up like that, chained to the wall since you were a toddler,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
There's
You go crazy.
There's a lot of messed up. I don't know anything about the dark web. I'd love to learn more about that.
I
I don't want to learn more, but I
don't
do want to
wanna
get.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I want to understand. Okay, I'm not trying to get involved. But
Trafficking's big now too.
We're pretty close to a very high trafficking city, my friend.
Oh yeah.
Human trafficking,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe traffic in general. Like maybe
Yeah.
there's lots of cars going through. I don't know if I should say that.
Is bad. No, I get that. I get what you mean, but no, It's getting bad, man. Like, you see missing people all the time.
I read a statistic the other day, and it said I don't know how true this is, but you at least in your lifetime. It said like in your lifetime right now, but I don't know how accurate. Maybe in your whole, or it said in your life right now, you've probably passed 4 missing people at least. But I think it's probably in your lifetime.
That's messed.
You've walked past people that have just gone
People
missing.
go missing and they just create a new identity and move other places too. People don't realize that. You can do that pretty easy nowadays.
You think?
Like, you know what I mean? Just one day, you know, parents are on vacation, you got a couple days head start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
Just kind of sound like a
walk it.
sociopath right now, but keep going. Keep going.
People, like a guy did that. Like, there's a movie, I don't know what the movie is, but practically was so smart, intelligent, great guy. But it's not what he wanted. But that's what everybody else wanted for him.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? His dad was so proud of him, wanted to be like a lawyer or doctor or something like that. And he was like, no, that's not what I want to do. But they didn't. They looked past that. Oh, like you can't give away this gift. Like, blah blah blah. And he ended up like just cracking one day. And he was home alone. And he like moved out, took a trailer, and lived in Alaska. And then just died of craziness.
Oh, Into the Woods.
Is that
Into
what's-
the Wild.
Yeah, it's something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that, and he just wanted to run away.
Yeah, you just want to get out. You
That's
know
a
what I mean?
very good movie.
It's
That's
kind
a
of
very...
scary towards the end when he's out there alone. Like
He loved it though.
He
loved
did.
It.
Oh yeah.
He lived
But-
off rice for a bit, but you know what they gotta do. You know.
Yeah. I'd love to live off the land. That'd be kind of cool.
People get a real thrill out of it.
Yeah. It would be. It would be very, very. I'd be very proud.
But you said, speaking of trying things, you said this summer you wanted to like go out in the woods for I don't know a day or two and just like
Yeah,
just see what we can do.
I want to kind of do it during hunting season, but go out and like I don't know if I even want to bring a tent. I just want to bring kind of necessities. You know, enough food in case we don't get something
Yeah, we'll bring a
that
Cliff
we'd
Bar.
survive.
We'll bring,
you know what I mean?
we'll
But-
bring a water bottle and a Cliff Bar. See
Yeah.
what happens.
But like I think my woods is a great spot. We got a nice creek in the back and set up a tent and really
I thought you said no tent. Now you said no
set up
tent.
no
Huh?
tent.
You said
We
you
won't
always
set up the
You're
tent.
setting up a back
bring it,
tent
but
that I'm not going to know about, and
Yeah.
I'm going to wake up and you're going to be gone in this
like a condo.
luxurious tent.
It's practically a condo. Up in the trees.
I just like look in the distance.
Yeah.
It's just a skyscraper. It's just
just like this beautiful guy.
yeah, a helicopter come flying. in.
Yeah. No, but like build your own shelter and
We're gonna have to do like a week of this, not like a day.
well, you start off, do 2 days, and then take 2 months off work and
You start off 2 days, go back to work for 1 week, and then come back and
yeah, live.
I'm yeah,
It's nuts.
it is
You
crazy.
can do so much in this world. Where do you start? You know what I mean? Like
Hey, we
no
already
one ever does
No.
everything.
you just try.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to do everything in this world,
Just try.
just try.
You know what I mean? Put that backpack on. Do that mountain. You know what I'm saying? Hike that thing.
Look at that person and fart on them.
Yeah. You want it?
Take that plant,
Go get it.
throw it off a cliff,
Yeah.
shoot it while it's going down, then jump after it, base
Catch it.
jump it.
Come back up.
Oh my goodness, that's possible. Hey, and it's only possible if you try it.
Yeah.
You might not be the first person to succeed, but
Yeah. That's a lot of thing too, you know what I mean? This is a good thing. Like I think this is like for instance your podcast makes people realize that if they have those kind of things, people in small towns can do them too. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you can still make it big, not necessarily
I'll just say this though. We were talking about Kobe. If you do try to start a podcast, I will out podcast you.
I will wake up 2 hours earlier than
I will
you.
study the best podcasters in the world.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking.
You will shoot
no,
8 podcasts a day.
I will shoot 8 podcasts in 1 hour. Okay. No, seriously, I agree, and
It's just
people
that-
people have messaged me. I've never gotten negative comments. A couple people have told me that people have said
some negative.
some negative stuff or like making fun of me in a sense, which really doesn't matter to
It
me
really
personally.
just looks bad on them.
Technically, I really don't care. I
Not that you
I
would,
just leave
yeah,
it at
you
that.
just leave it because you don't want to start
But
that.
I've really got a lot of like positive feedback.
The positive always outweighs the bad on this stuff.
And people, I have never personally got any bad feedback.
Yeah.
I've just heard from others that they've been like told that, sorry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, friend from a friend told a friend.
Yeah. Like, through
And
connections. But
said
I don't
that
even
it
know
was
how
lame.
valid that is. Maybe
Yeah.
everybody thinks I'm sexy and awesome, but
Not me.
that's not true, because look at me.
Anyways, we're gonna end it here.
We can end it here if you want. It's up to you.
Okay.
Yeah, let me check the clock. 10:30.
How many minutes have we been going?
We've definitely been going for about an hour and 20.
Hour and 20. That's about your range, isn't it? Do you have a range?
About, no,
You just let it flow.
I just let
When
it
you
flow.
feel like it's the end, it's the end.
Yeah, and I feel like we're getting there, so we might as well cut it.
Cut. Thank you, guys.
No, before we head off, if you are watching the YouTube, don't forget to subscribe if you made it this far, as well as if you want to share it. Go ahead. I'm not telling you what to do. Also, for Jacob Church, everybody, his name is Junebug. That's just what I call him, so that's the title. I'm sorry. Jacob Church, everybody. And go follow his journey. Church Build. Look that up. Right now.
I'll get it to put it up on your YouTube. I don't know exactly what it is,
Just
but
now.
I haven't posted anything.
We keep it raw in this obituary.
It is church, so how you normally spell church, and then build. Just church build. And hopefully soon I'll be posting, like, you know what I mean?
No
like,
underscore.
no underscore.
Just
It's
church
literally
build?
just church build.
Are you building a truck or a church?
A religious truck.
Oh, okay. that makes
No.
sense.
My last name's Church. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, no. Okay, so church build
Yeah.
on TikTok and
Yeah.
check out.
Hopefully someday.
Hey.
Big. I just mean someday I'll start working on it. I mean,
Yeah.
someday I'll
you
get to the thing.
You got some things on your plate though right now, so it's
It's
not
not a big plate. We got some potatoes. No,
I got a big plate in front of me.
no, this is super fun.
Yeah,
Keep going.
I'm gonna have you on again, so it's not like you're.
Did I say I want to be on the kid? No,
You don't have to. I'm just saying.
No.
I would enjoy it. Okay.
I want to be on episode 365. That's a big ask.
That's okay. Well, hopefully I'm uploading more than once a week, but
That's in 3 years.
that's in 3 years, brother. Just so.
Eventually, you'll be uploading 2 times.
That is not in 3 years. 52, 52, 52.
I said
That's in 6 years.
it's many years.
That's actually in 7 years. We are good at math, bitch.
Someone bring up the calculator.
We just gotta take the 50 times the 7. 35.
Plus 6.
Million.
Actually, probably over that. Yet again.
Oh yeah,
Because
true. It's
52.
actually. Yeah, you're right.
So 2 times 7, you
It's
got
actually
14.
8 years.
It's 374. No. 364.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, we're gonna end it there.
Peace.
Go on TikTok. Yeah,
Check it.
you ended my. You're like ad-libbing the podcast. Like,
Wah, wah, wah.
Peace.
You should add those. Can we get a sound bar in here? Can we get one of them? That'd be so cool.
I've seen
Like
I've seen a podcast do it.
just literally integrate it in the table. Buttons that your customer that your guest can play, like fart noise. You know what I mean? Just to break the silence or something. You know what I mean?
I tried to keep it aside. It's like good.
That's when I would have pressed that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The laughing in the
The
background.
crickets.
Crickets. Yeah, that's a good one.
People, we're losing it. I think the candle's getting to our brain stems. Once you blow that out, we're cutting it. All right, it's out. Church Build on TikTok. Everybody,
Check
this
it.
is Jacob Church, aka Junebug, as my friend, and we will see you around town. And I'm just gonna cut it now because I don't know what. Peace.
Watch
yeah,
the
see you
doll.
guys.
Watch the doll.